vicious move.
What is going on, guys? CVM here. Welcome back to the Road to Glory. Before you do anything, before you even start watching this video, let's see if we can hit as many likes as physically possible on this video. It's been so long since we've found a lot of likes on one of these. So if we could really go for it and hammer it, that would be awesome. Now, this is post-patch Foot Champions gameplay. I've started Foot Champs. We've played a couple of games. The footage is going to be here in front of you right now. Aguero is in the team, as you would have seen in yesterday's episode. So the side at the beginning is obviously the side we're running right now. And this is my first set of games with it. I haven't played any games with Aguero and all the rest of them together before. So, and when I say post-patch gameplay, if you don't know, there has been a patch on PC and it's coming to console, one would presume, next week. It's related, and I made a video about it earlier, and I don't think nobody's watched it, and it's because no one knows there's a patch coming, so no one's searching for it, no one knows what's going on. So when people see that video, they might be interested in it, but until they know about the patch, they won't know to watch the video. It's a vicious cycle, but just in case you don't want to watch the video and you want to know what that patch is all about, it's basically a quote-unquote nerf, I suppose, or a change to finesse shots. It's a weird one. It's written in language that only mathematicians would understand. It's all to do with angles and perpendicular this, horizontal that, you know, those kind of situations. It's a difficult one to get your head around for sure. And I know a lot of you are probably like, no, it's not, mate, you're just stupid. I'm Welsh. I learned maths in Welsh. So when it comes to subtract, divide and all that rubbish, I get it confused because English is not my thing. Either way, I know it sounds confusing to a lot of you, but it's the truth, 100%. So, with that being said, do I think nerf shots, do I think finesse shots, or time finesse shots in particular, have been nerfed? No. There is absolutely no difference to a time finesse shot after the update to before it, and I'm not quite sure what they've done. I've tried a few things here or there, you know, try and playing the ball from certain angles. The very last goal, which I think is the very last clip, actually, is the very last goal of the next game. That is one of the most ridiculous time finesse shots you can score in FIFA 19, and it flies in. And I'm the one who scores it, and I'm happy about that. But it's Dybala, I mean, that's why I can't sell him. He's just a magician. But yeah, it just goes to show that they've done nothing. You know, people say, well, it's the level of error, but it's the same. I don't really feel like, oh, well, that normally goes in, sort of thing. My shots, I would say 90%, if not more, come from the edge of the area, time finesses, you know, weird angles, that kind of thing. Very rarely will I score a goal. I mean, look at there. I had oceans of room to run into the penalty area. I could have passed it through. It's pointless. You might as well line it up and try a time finesse, because that is what's going to happen. The only time I don't score a time finesse is in situations like that, where the ball will fall to me inside the 6-yard area, and Dani Alves gets himself on the score sheet, thus proving it was a worthwhile SBC to do. But yeah, if you are coming over from that video, because I did say if you want to know anything about the patch and whether I think there's a difference in it, etc., then come over to this video. And I just don't see a difference. I mean, I've only played a couple of games, yeah, sure, but it just feels exactly the same to me. Like the finesse shots don't feel like I'm taking them from different angles. I'm trying sometimes things I wouldn't normally try, like with a certain angle and things like that. It doesn't look like they do anything different, and it certainly doesn't feel any different. This was a frustrating situation. I celebrated that as if I'd scored. And looked away, got a drink, came back, and it was a free kick to my opponent. I couldn't work out why. I assumed it was because they deemed the 9-goal challenge a foul. Well, 9-goal got his revenge because he managed to get the ball back from Riyad Mahrez on as a sub and pings that top bins with, you've guessed it, a time finesse shot. So if you're going to deny 9-goal and be prepared to concede a very late goal, we managed to win that, and I hold it all down to the fact that he got someone sent off. Aspilicueta, I think it was, got sent off 77 minutes or so into the game. This guy's team, right, it popped up, and instantly when that pops up you think, yes. And it was anything but a yes game. It was a difficult opponent. He knew how to play FIFA. I left that in because that was a calamity of errors. 9-goal brings the ball forward, gives it to Dybala, and you're only going to really see one thing from here. It's going to be 9-goal back to Dybala, heel-to-heel flick, bang, finesse shot. It's just what happens in FIFA. And yes, it might be boring, but hey, if I'm winning games, I couldn't care less. Now, speaking of couldn't care less, EA have been at it again, haven't they? They've released another promo where the only real sort of side of it for us is going to be packs. great. You know, like, and I'm seeing it from this point of view now, whereas I normally don't. Like last year, for instance, I didn't run a Road to Glory. All I did was player reviews constantly. So when it comes to things like this, I would have been on this straight away. I would be reviewing one of those UCL cards, maybe a Europa League card. I would have been going after that Parolo card as fast as I can from weekly objectives to review it, to be the very first person to review these cards. I'm not doing it as much this year. In fact, I'm not doing it at all. I'm not rushing at all to do it. And the reason I'm not doing it is because I don't really... Like, the Road to Glory at the moment this year has been my baby. I'm loving the Road to Glory. I love doing it. I love the feedback. I love the fact that you guys are enjoying it. And sometimes if I'm late uploading it or in the morning, it'll be like, what time's the Road to Glory today? And I never used to get that with a player review. Like, it was, oh, I hope you review this guy. But it was never like, oh, you know, what time you uploading today? No one ever really cared because they knew they were going to get content of some kind. No one really cared. But with the Road to Glory, people are like, you know, oh, it's 3 o'clock. No Road to Glory video. We're going to go at 5. We're going to go at 7. And I like that. And that's exactly what I've been doing. Look, that clap for a goal. Like, that shouldn't be in, but it is. And that means that the update's done nothing. So yeah, anyway, let me just go live and we'll talk more about that promo, because that's kind of really the whole crux of what I want to get at here. My point was that last year, when EA released a team of the group stage, it would have been a case of get some packs open just for a little bit of a laugh, but then wait to see what cards come on the market, how much they are, pick one up, and then review it, right? That was the whole goal. That was what my channel was last year and even the year before. This year, I will probably review 1 or 2 of them. I'm not going to go crazy over them because I don't think they're that great. But it's nothing to do with that anymore, and I'm seeing it from I would say an average user's point of view. You know, I'm sat there on my Road to Glory account with 12,500 coins, with a club full of players. So I can't go and let's have a look at the store. So they've released team of the group stage. You can see down here that they've got a team of the group stage. I can't actually see it, which is mental. I can't see it in game, right? I mean, I can search for it, sure, but I can't see it. What I can do though is I can go into the store and I can open the promo 25k packs and the promo 35k packs. Yeah, no problem. Oh, hang on, I've only got 12,500 coins. Okay, well, I can't afford FIFA points, so tough. You know, game over. Well, let's go do an SBC then. You know, surely I've got a club full of players. I could complete a couple of SBCs, no danger. Let's have a look to see what no SBCs. I mean, marquee matchups is a standard thing they release every week, right? But there's been no SBC released to coincide with this promo. And I'm seeing it from that point of view now. Whereas last year, I would have looked at that and I would have gone, oh, that's a shame. And I wouldn't have given it a second thought. And I would have gone and bought the players, reviewed them. Because it wouldn't matter. On my main account, I've got millions of coins. It doesn't matter because I've spent so much money on it. But from an average user point of view, this is now a dead promo instantly because they can't really get involved in it. Unless I go and sell my team to go and buy one. But where's the fun in buying one? Before we submit marquee matchups, I just want to show you the weekly objective, just in case you're not near your console. Score using Italian players in 8 separate rivals wins. Not just a... 8 separate wins, 8 separate rival wins. So I now have to go and play 8 rival matches and win them across the next week with Italian players. I have to score using Italian players to get that Parolo card. I mean, I can't look to see how good that Parolo card is. He's only 84 rated, so I can't imagine he's fantastic. But it's a little bit annoying that you have to do it. I mean, I don't mind 8 matches, I don't mind 8 wins, I don't mind Italian players, that's fine, but rival wins is so irritating. I mean, I wouldn't do it in Foot Champions anyway, but I feel bad for people who have to sit there and play 30 games of Weekend League and then have to worry about winning 8 games in rivals, which for a lot of people is very, very difficult, especially with the added pressure now that you need to win those games. It should either just be score in those games, or it should be all game modes. Online game modes, not squad battles. Foot swap items have been added, so win 12 online matches this week. That's fair enough. Online matches. That's all it is, online matches. So I can do it in Foot Champs, I can do it in Rivals, Happy Days. That's what the Parolo one should have been. Score twice in 10 wins this week. I mean, that's fine again. Score using La Liga players in 4 separate rival wins to earn a Foot swap player. I don't mind the La Liga requirement. I don't even have La Liga players in my team, but still, it's the rival wins that frustrates me, and that's the end of it. I mean, you can earn a rare consumable pack if you really want to score with Al Hilal players, and it has to be online matches, and they have to be wins. My God, but yeah, either way. What? I mean, why win 3 squad battles matches by 2 goals on legendary difficulty to earn a Hunter Chem style? So for 5k, pretty much, you have to win 3 squad battles matches on legendary by 2 goals or more. Who is actively going to go, I'm going to do that specifically just to get a Hunter Chem style? No one is doing that. I mean, you might do it through the course of playing squad battles, but no one's going actively out to get that specifically for that Hunter Chem style. That is ridiculous. But either way, will I do that Parolo card? I don't know. I don't know whether I'll bother playing that many rival games, to be honest, because even though we're in Div 5 now, which is some... Why did I say Div? Just say Division. We're in Division 5, which is just stupid. My own fault as well. But if we were to finish Rank 2, Division 5, we get 2 35Ks, 2 50Ks. I'm alright with that, to be fair. That's not bad at all. If I finish rank 3, granted, that's not the best. You know, you get 2 35Ks, 4 15Ks. That's not good. So I will try and finish rank 2. I may need to play a couple of games, but more often than not, the points required for Division 5 are lower than Division 4. So we just missed out last week, but this week we might just about hit rank 2 and get some decent rewards on the go. So I'm not that bothered. I might not get that Parolo card. I mean, I'll have to see how good it is, whether it'll be worth getting. But marquee matchups, I mean, I feel like I'm moaning a lot. I'm not moaning. I just feel like EA could easily do so much more that wouldn't even remotely break the game. Where's Icon Set 4, for instance? It rattles my cage. We're going to get a 15k pack, which is embarrassing in itself. I mean, look at that. I'm submitting that to get a 15k pack. I ain't getting that back. I'm going to do it for content reasons, but I've not done it on my main account, and I'm not going to, because I don't think it's value for money. Al Hilal against Al Nasser, that's worth it, because that's just bronze pack method. But, you know, that aside, and I think there's one other one. I think it's the Leganes Getafe one. Yeah, this isn't terrible, because it's bronze players that don't mean anything to me, right? And that's fine. But the Juve Inter one, for the reward you get back submitting that team, I don't think that's worth it. I think a 25k pack would have been decent there. Chelsea Man City, I mean, it's not like I'm getting a small prime back for that, so I'm not too concerned. I know I won't get that many players back, but at least there's a decent chance of me packing something decent. So that's marquee matchups complete. Not one player had to be purchased. It was all in the club. And we get what do we get for completing this? I forget. Is it a 20? No, we get an Electrum. Is it just an Electrum, or is it a Prime Electrum? Or it's a Prime Electrum players back. I think I went through that yesterday. I've completely forgotten. But hopefully tomorrow we'll get a Champions League related SBC. I don't even care if it's related. I just want a SBC to go alongside the promo. It would have made sense. I mean, I know maybe I'm bitching and moaning about nothing, but okay, we've got items to deal with. Fantastic. A healing card. Right, let's open this Jumbo Silver pack. It's having a fit. It's having an absolute fit. Let's skip it. We can't skip it. I'm probably going to get kicked from Ultimate Team. This is great. Good experience. I like it. So the pack's opened. We've got straight away 2 championship players, which may not sell for anything. I tell you what, that championship SBC might actually now be viable to do, because marquee matchups sort of spews out an awful lot of silver cards onto the market. But more than that, it's just the people's interest has gone down in it. So I think everything might actually be cheaper than what it was. Are you kidding me? Do people actually buy these? No, there was one there for 200. People don't buy those. Do people buy these? I can't imagine anyone would buy them. Like, they need to remove them from the game, in my opinion. They are pointless. You can't use them in Foot Champs. I believe you can use them in Rivals. and I might actually get some money for that. I've just listed up for 550, and if someone wants it, then, you know, more power to you. But I don't understand that personally. Let's open this silver players pack and see if the animation is going to work this time. Oh god, yes, very laggy. I'm going to have to restart my game, I think, which is fantastic. But this silver pack, so no one really cares. Hey, we get Ben Elton in our pack. Happy days. He's worth nothing these days. Was he ever worth anything? 5-star skills? I don't know. There was a time where every 5-star skiller in the game came with a premium price. Ooh, a Sassuolo goalkeeper. He might sell for 900 coins. Yeah, I remember like FIFA 13. There was a time where every 5-star skiller had a price. Like, he would be at least a couple of thousand coins, and then like the bronze and silver 5-star skillers used to go for mega money. We've got a Chinese League silver. They will happily keep that and store the rest in the club. Quick restart of the PC, and we're back. In the time I've just had to reflect on what I've just been saying in the video, I want to apologise if I've come across as like I'm just bitching about the game. Like, I'm not one to sit there and criticise everything EA do. I hate it when people do that. When everyone's really negative about the game, and I know I sound like I'm negative. I'm not. I'm just a little bit, I don't know, I'm disappointed more than anything that EA have this platform that, you know, a company like, no disrespect whatsoever to a game like PES, but PES would absolutely love to have this audience and this sort of platform with the licensing and everything. They would love to have, I didn't mean to do that, everything that EA have. And I know they wouldn't say, oh, we're proud of what we have, blah blah blah, and I'm sure they are, and they've done a great job. Their game is actually very good. It just lacks a few things like licensing, and the menus are trash and all that rubbish, so people just stay away from it, right? But I just feel like a company like that would do so much more, because they'd be so happy to have or be in the position that EA are in, that they would just be doing so much more with it. And unfortunately, it's just not the case with EA. They just don't take advantage of the fact that they have the audience they have, and the licensing that they have, and the backing that they have. They have a whole host of players and people who play this game for a living, literally play this game for a living, as a community that they can call upon to say, hey, what do you think would be a good idea? Like, they could go on Twitter and say, what do you think, guys? What would you like to see? They could just put a poll out of things that are actually possible, rather than have all the people come back and go, we want free packs, just fix the servers, blah blah blah. You know, all those idiots. They could literally put a poll out and say, would you like to see this, this, or this? And whichever one gets the most votes, bang, that's the one we do. And then people are getting what they actually want. It's so frustrating. This is the final pack of marquee matchups. And obviously we're not going to get anything good in it, and I wasn't expecting to get anything good, to be fair. We don't get a board in it, and that's fine. And we get ourselves a Kondogbia, which is worth about 3 to 5k. I'll take it. Happy days. Wasn't expecting much from those packs, because they were, let's be honest, terrible. We do get a couple of players who could be worth something from France, and a few other. What is he? 900 coins. We might be able to get. Oh, maybe a bit much there. Let's go 800. Maybe, is he related to Alexander Mitrovic? He kind of looks like him. We've already got Kondogbia, so I could actually sell him. He sells for a little bit. The one thing that I've always wanted to see in FIFA, by the way, is a long-term goal. So within FIFA, there's no what I would call end game. I mean, you have to make your own end game. You know, if you're happy by getting, you know, like your end game to be an icon, 2 icons, 3 icons, whatever, right? If that's your end game, you've just made it yourself. What I would like is for them to produce not necessarily a catalogue, but you could even sort of whack it under the, hang on, I've gone into squad battles, didn't mean to do that. You could put it under the objective screen. So there's room for tabs there, right? So you've got starter objectives, which we still need to complete, daily objectives, which change, you've guessed it, daily, weekly objectives, which are awesome, and then maybe you could include monthly objectives, and then overall objectives, right? So in monthly, the rewards are substantial, but the requirements are much greater than the weekly. So for instance, this card here is 84 rated, and you get it for scoring in 8 separate rival wins with an Italian player, or Italian players, and that's cool. But imagine a monthly one where you had to score 40 or 50, right? Or to make it sort of calculate 32 goals. So, for instance, 32 goals with Italian players in Rivals, that would be the equivalent, and you get yourself an 88 rated or an 86 or an 87 or whatever rated card for that, or a pack back for it. But then the overall ones could be, you get an icon, a baby icon player pick for scoring, and then you could throw something crazy out there, scoring 300 goals with one player in online matches, or scoring 400 goals with any one player in online matches. So they have to be online, whether it be Rivals, whether it be Foot Champs. They could exclude friendlies, so you can't boost with a friend, and obviously offline games don't count. So it's literally just the two competitive game modes only count for that overall. And then you get a player pick of a baby icon, or maybe it's not even that big, maybe it's a player pick of an 88 rated plus guaranteed, and they're repeatable. So you do it once and you get your player pick, and then it goes back down to 0 and you have to start again, you know, that kind of thing. I mean, they're overall, so they go through the entire game, and maybe they're for specific players. So you've got a whole host of, like, this just goes down for days, right? And on the right hand side you can see you can pick up a a flashback Wayne Rooney, which would be 88 rated or 89 rated or whatever, and you have to score with Manchester United players. You have to score 500 goals with Man United players through the entire game. And I'm not going to blab on about it. You get the idea. But I've mentioned that in the past. I've made videos previously. I'm never going to do it again because I can't be bothered. I was kind of hoping that EA would sort of see it here or there, or hear about it at least, and sort of introduce it. They've got the platform for it now. There's no need to create a separate tab for it necessarily. Put it under objectives and have overall or long-term objectives, and it never changes. Maybe they add in now and again, but they don't take away, and it just gives you something to work towards while playing the game. It would make so much sense. I would also like to see, by the way, an SBC related to kits and badges, and for that, I don't know, put it in upgrades, for instance, because you've got room over there. You could give like kit upgrade, for instance, right? So they add loads of random custom kits into FIFA, and then to get it, you don't have to submit players, you have to submit kits. So it actually gives a reason for you to keep all those kits. You know, you get kits in nearly every pack you open, or even staff members, or badges, or stadiums, or whatever. It's kind of like a dumping ground then. So at least it gives it some value. So you put it in there, and you get a kit pick. So then you get a random 5 kits, and you pick whichever one you want, and then it's untradeable, and you can wear it. And obviously there's hundreds in the database, because it wouldn't be that difficult for them to create their own little randomizer that gives you different kits each time. So at least your kit could be different to everybody else's, and then you'll get it. But you know what I mean? Just something different like that to give a purpose to having loads of kits and badges, so I can actually put it into something, as opposed to them just being in the club. Like, I just discard them this year, because what's the point? Anyway, I'm blabbing and talking absolute nonsense. We've sold 2 things from those packs we've opened. It was Mitrovic, and it was that. I can't believe people buy those. I genuinely can't. We might have some in the club. I'll have to go check. But we've had a very good start to Foot Champs. It's a perfect start. It's all downhill from here, baby. We've got 2-0, which is awesome. But I think I've started like this before and ended up being like 12 and whatever it is. But the goal this week is going to be, again, just get into Gold 3, and then if I've got games left, continue. If I don't have time but I have games, and unfortunately I just have to stop, but we'll see what happens. I need to improve on last week's Silver 1, because that was just a disaster, but I'm blaming illness for that. But I'm better now. We're fine. We're back to normal. Let's hopefully kick on in tomorrow's episode and see some real progression towards that Goal 3. If you've enjoyed this episode, I do apologise about the rants, but if you have enjoyed it, do me a favour and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.